Today we're going to be looking at the Alias setup on the Tier 1 Axis and Aegis holsters. The setup of the clip is essentially the same on both of these, so I'm going to show you that real quick, and then we're going to kind of talk about some pros and cons of each of these holsters and some of the things that I like about them. So let's go ahead and look at swapping a clip out. You can see I already changed out the clip on this side for the Alias bottom mount clip. I'm going to go ahead and change it on the other side. This is if you really want to take advantage of the full Alias system for both sides. Something that I have been seeing quite a bit is people will put the Alias on the gun side and then holster side, they'll go ahead and leave the clip on there. That's going to allow you to still take advantage of the Alias modularity and needing a Alias clip on the side that really has the most weight. So if you want to take advantage of using our other mounts, I would just change out this side. But if you really want to take advantage of the receiver on both sides, then you can go ahead and do that. So we're going to simply support the barrel nut on the back side with your finger so it doesn't spin. Make sure you don't lose the Tier 1 screws because you're going to use the same hardware. You will not need the hardware that comes with the Alias bottom mount. Keep those spacers on there. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Now, when you're taking the Tier 1 clip off, just make note of approximately where the top of the clip was on the holster, and then where the inside of the top of the clip is on the holster, and that's where you're going to want to put the top of the Alias clip. You can see that you have quite a bit of adjustment on cant and ride height. With a holster like this, where you have the holster and mag, you're going to want them straight up and down. So really, it's just finding the right ride height. Tighten those down, and on this side you're going to want to, this side's a little trickier to hold the nut on the underside. Okay, there you go. So on the Axis Elite, the two sides are held together with a shock cord. You can take it off, but it's kind of a little bit of a pain. One of the things that I really like about the Aegis is that it's held on with snaps. So if you want to separate these two halves, you can. And now I can place these wherever I want. They don't have to be attached to each other because the support that the Alias receivers give on these, it's just as stable as the plastic clips with them being attached. So that's one of the things I really like about this holster system. And then you can snap them back together when you want to keep them as one unit. Let's go ahead and look at how this clips into the Alias belt mount. Let's look at using the Axis Elite with dual Alias receivers. You can see I have my belt with the buckle offset to the side. A lot of you guys are already familiar with doing that. I have my two receivers set up in line. Go ahead and get one lined up and the other, and click them in, just like that. With the core belt, I can go ahead and tighten it up a little bit. And nice and low profile, extremely well connected. This is now mechanically connected, and we are set up with this. All right, to take it out, I'm going to push over on the safety, pull up on this side, push over the safety, pull up on this side, and then pull the whole thing out. All right, let's look at a couple setup options for the Aegis. So I'm going to go ahead and keep them together. It's going to be very similar to the last holster. Line up one side, line up the other side, and click in. Ready to go. Get back out. Gonna loosen, push over the safeties, and get them out. Let's look at some of the modularity that we can take advantage of with the Aegis. When we separate these two, I now have some options here. So let's say that I really just want to carry the gun. I want to go a little more lightweight, slim. Maybe I even want to use this in the beltless. I can now take this off and just run my gun holster there. It's extremely stable using the all-metal system. Now, if I want to carry both, and maybe it's a little more comfortable to have these separated, I can now pull these apart a little bit more, spread that out a little bit, and these are supported. These are just as strong as single point mounts as what it was when it was all together. So that's some of the benefits that we have using the Tier 1 Aegis, and I really enjoy using this holster. You have all of the convenience of having your gun in your holster in one place and the strength of the Alias system and the modularity that you can enjoy using the beltless and the hard mount and Velcro and all those things. If you have any other questions, hit us in the comments or go to our website and email customer service. We are always happy to help you get set up with the Alias system for you. You guys have a great day. Carry on.